In the early 1870s, Austin was growing as not only the state capital, but was becoming quite a city in its own right. Many businesses and banks lined the still unpaved Congress Avenue, and the old Capitol building still stood at the north end of Congress, but its days were numbered. Austin was also growing as many immigrants swelled the population to almost 5,000 people. Not far from the state capitol grounds, a new home was being built on the then corner of Walnut Street, now 14th, and San Antonio. Rafael Mauthe, a German stonemason, had immigrated to Austin in the 1850s. His skills were sorely needed in this growing city, and he soon was able to purchase 4 lots along 14th Street. All of the land had cost the great sum of $500. Mauthe built at least 4 different houses on his land and rented some of these to other families. But in the 1870s, he put his own building skills in the construction of his own home. Mauthe died in 1879 from injuries that he had received from a fall during another construction project. His wife, Mary, lived in the home until her death in 1898, when her son inherited the land. It was then sold in 1904 to Anne Katherine Brown. Anne Brown then became the second wife of Captain John Myrick, but she was widowed soon after. She lived in the house for over 40 years and died in the 1940s. It was Anne Brown Myrick that made extensive changes in the home after she bought it, and it is to this period that the home is restored. These changes include the massive ionic columns that support the classic Greek Revival porch. In addition, the ornate scrollwork and much of the intricate restored woodwork around the fireplaces and mantels are attributed to her efforts. After Mrs. Brown's death, the home was owned by 2 others who made several changes, including the addition of apartments to the side and rear, but they generally kept the house in good repair. However, in 1978, a devastating fire nearly gutted the interior, leaving only the apartments in the rear inhabitable. In 1979, the Texas Savings and Loan League decided to purchase the home and restore it to its former beauty and use it as their offices. In September of 1980, Cox Restorations of Fredericksburg began the process of demolition, restoration, and reconstruction of the home, while at the same time, interior designer Judy Goldson was engaged to find furniture and materials to design the interior. The criteria for the restoration was to return the mansion to its original state in the early 1900s, using as much material that could possibly be salvaged after the fire. The exterior masonry is all the original with some repairs. One example of Mauthe's fine building skills is this original iron beam that runs through the whole house but is only visible on the sides. The beam is designed to hold the house together and has been one of the contributing factors to the stability of the home and has prevented it from any major shifts. Along the eaves of the house are these ornate pieces that were also added in 1904 and have been restored where needed to their original condition. The roof is new, but is patterned after the original, and even the guttering on the side of the house is original. The restored interior of the mansion has been designed as a highly functional office, but retains the flavor of early Texas while still reflecting the personality of the association and the occupants. Entry to the home is through this bevel glass door. The upper panel is original, and the door and side panels were added to provide more light to the entryway, which is used as a receptionist area and office. To the side of the entryway is a large conference room and waiting area furnished in period antiques, so it resembles an early Texas sitting room. Very little of the first floor was remaining after the fire, so designer Goldson had to purchase most of the furniture and fixtures from other areas. The walls and drapes are in blue moire taffeta. The large oak mantel is one of the only pieces preserved from the original interior of the home. These light fixtures, though not original, are integrated into the total design of the room. This fixture has hand-etched glass globes. And this other one was originally designed to hold candles. It is made of many different shapes of cut crystal. This large armoire was originally owned by one of Lyndon Johnson's cousins. Across the entry hall from the conference room is the office of the League Vice President. The room is designed according to her wishes and serves as a comfortable, functional office. The fireplace is original and has been completely restored. This unusual file cabinet has an accordion door similar to that of a roll-top desk. At the rear of the house is the kitchen. It still appears as a simple country kitchen with its open fireplace and original rough rock walls. The kitchen floor, as are all of the wooden floors in the house, are made of wide, long-leaf yellow pine boards that were found in an old warehouse in Louisiana. The stairway to the second floor is in the entryway. It leads up to another office work area. Each office on this floor is also designed to match the style of the occupant, but with period furniture. The ceiling on this floor is the original board and bat, and all of the ceiling fans but one were rescued from an old church in Ballinger, Texas that was being destroyed. They date back to the mid-20s. The office of the League's executive director is designed with this unique copper ceiling that is formed in the shape of the board and bat ceiling found in the other offices on this floor. And these unusual 1-inch thick cypress panels on the walls lend a warmth to the room and also provide a very pleasant natural smell to the air. From the main hall outside the offices, 2 French doors lead out to a porch with its 2 swings and classic wicker chairs. The precise detail of the crowns of the columns can be studied while standing here on the porch. And the view from the porch puts one above the noise and the traffic. And in the very near distance, the beauty of the newer Capitol Dome helps recall the days when Austin was a lot smaller and a lot quieter. And the Moody Mansion was one of the first of many beautiful homes that would grace Austin's narrow streets in the coming years.